Good morning. I just woke up, as you can tell by my beautiful glowing face. I just want to take you guys along with me today on a day in the life and just show you guys how I am slowly getting back into the groove of things. I haven't taken progress pictures yet, so I'm about to do that this morning. I'm going to do my daily weigh-in with you guys, and I'm also starting day one of this challenge that I'm doing. It's called the Bodmonfit challenge, hosted by Bodmonfit. It's a 30-day challenge, and you do bodyweight exercises along with skipping ropes, and you do 5 workouts a week. And I'm a professional slacker, so I already took my 2 rest days off, Monday and Tuesday, so I have to get it done, and I know that I need to get it done first thing in the morning or else I'm gonna hate my life. So let's come along today, let's do it. I'm also gonna show you guys what I eat in a day and anything in between. Mwah. See you in the next clip. Next up, we check our weight. So I haven't had any water, I haven't drank yet, I have used the washroom. I'm gonna take my clothes off and check the weight and take a picture of it. You could write it down too. That's what I got for today's weigh-in, and I took a picture so I can do weekly averages at the end of the week. Just gonna make my bed. Alright, so next up, I just cleaned my room to take progress pictures, and this used to fit me really well. Okay, now my boobs are overflowing at the sides, my stomach, like, I think really looking at it like this perspective in the progress pictures, I realized like how much weight I gained. Fuck, makes me a little bit more sad than I thought it did. But anyways, if you want to see the actual pictures, go on Instagram, IG tracking with Cynthia. Okay, and now look how much I'm sweating already just from doing simple tasks. I'm gonna drink some water. This is just leftover water from the day before, so I don't count this towards today's water goal, which is always 6 bottles of this, and I think that's a little over a gallon. I've been getting around 4, but 6 would be ideal. Now I'm gonna make coffee, drink some water, and I just want to talk about taking those pictures. The thing is, taking the pictures with the same exact outfits you've worn, like that's my progress picture photo outfit, you know what I mean? So having those photos on my Instagram, like from before, and comparing it to now, like I literally felt a drop in my heart, but I'm like, okay, it's fine. It's literally fine. You just have to keep doing what you did before, you know what I mean? And as cliche and corny as this sounds, it's like a saying that I heard before. A slingshot has to get pulled back before it can go far forward. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like, yeah, okay, we backtracked a lot, but you learn from it, you know? You learn from it, you move on, and you go on. That means that I can't take year breaks, 1.5 breaks, or whatever. And just also learning to like add regular good habits into my life, like drinking 6 bottles of water on a regular basis, getting 8 hours of sleep, walking for 45 minutes a day, or getting 10,000 steps, having some sort of physical activity. When the gym stopped, I stopped, you know? We have now a home garage that we're working on, and it's more than set up for me to start using it now, and it's also the reason why I started the Bodmonfit challenge, just to get myself back in the groove. I think the hardest part to get back into the groove is like telling yourself that it's okay, and that, okay, I've taken some steps back, but it's fine. Like, you're gonna just move on from it, you're gonna go on, and that's cool, you know? So, and in terms of taking progress pictures, like even for me, I'm pretty confident in taking progress pictures and posting it. I don't really care, because I'm like, this is just one snapshot of time, you know what I mean? But what I tell myself is the uglier the before picture, the greater the transformation is gonna be. You know what I mean? So like, I don't care how fucking this looks right now, because come 4 months from now, 6 months from now, a year from now, I'm gonna be like, okay, that's where it came from. I'm amazing. So, you know, that's just your TED Talk of the day. Be confident, be happy, be kind to yourself. Like, I'm not gonna go diet and starve for the rest of the day today. No, I'm gonna still eat my regulated calories. I'm going to still do what I was planning to do, and just it's kind of like a wake-up call without like being a slap in the face. It kind of was a slap in the face, but I don't know how to explain it. But basically, I'm not in denial anymore is the best way I could describe it. So let's go get some water, make some black coffee, and I start work in 15 minutes. Okie dokie, today we are going to try making some coffee at home. Alright, so what I'm going to do first is take a few tablespoons and put it into this spice grinder to grind it. Oh no. Okay, so coffee is in. There are actual measurements of what you're supposed to do, but we're lazy and I'm running out of time. Okay, and then we're gonna use filter water and fill it up to the top. That's what it looks like so far, and I'm supposed to let it sit for 4 minutes, so I'm gonna go do something else and come back. Okay, I've let it steep for about, I don't know, 4 minutes. And then he basically says to stir it. And as you stir, little bits of the coffee are supposed to go down. So now after you stir it around, you have to wait another 5 minutes. There's a lot of waiting around in this one. It's been a few minutes. He didn't say to stir it again because he's like, you're gonna mix all the stuff that has been removed back to the bottom. Okay, so I'm gonna push down. And he says just to go to the top. And you're like, who is he? Who is this he person that you're speaking of? I'll send you guys the link. Okay, so it's not as dark as I would like it, and it doesn't seem as strong, but let's find out. Cheers to a good hump day. Yeah, much too light. Like, it doesn't taste bitter, which is awesome, but it's like so light. I feel more so that I'm drinking hot water with a little bit of flavoring than I am of this. So, anyways, I'm gonna refill my water, go upstairs, and we will start drinking. Okie dokie, first bottle of water, we are going to start drinking it. For me, I find when I drink water regularly, after a while I'm not, I like wake up in the morning dehydrated, and then I make myself wait because I want to do my weigh-ins, if I have to do progress pictures, all of that. Like, I want it to be the same the next time I do it, on an empty stomach, after using the washroom, not eating, etc., etc. And back to work we go.
Now you'll see me making hot lemon ginger water. First, I squeeze a lemon. Then I grate some ginger using a microplane. And lastly, I add hot water. Usually this will make me about 2 cups by using 1 full lemon and a bit of ginger.
Yo, I'm so impressed with this camera. Like, it's such a solid camera. Okay, so it's about noon. Work was unexpectedly busy, and it's probably still gonna be busy, but I'm just gonna quickly take my lunch and get ready. I did take a shower, not pictured, and I've been nibbling, which I've been tracking. So I had cassava. My mom made some and wanted me to try it, so I had 33 grams of cassava, and then Johan just went to Longo's and got some fresh mozzarella cheese and bread. So I'm going to, or sorry, I had 2 slices of that, which was 32 grams and 100 calories. At the end of the day, I'll show you everything that I've ate and what my ending calories were at. Okay, I can't find the cone that separates, you know? Another thing on my list of things to do. Organize. Okay, so basically, I was gonna time lapse, but I wanna quickly just talk because it's been on my mind all morning, and like, I don't know, yo, it's really hit in how much weight I've gained. And like now when I the thing is, before I took those progress pictures, I was like kind of working on looking in the mirror and just like being happy and being positive, and I was just even doing these dances, and I'm like completely butt naked because I just wanted to like embrace myself, every single part of it. And honestly, like, that's the thing. When I was doing this and these last couple of weeks on vacation, I'm like, honestly, like, I don't feel that much bigger. But maybe because the only time I really notice a difference is when I go, for example, get ready to go to work or go somewhere where I have to dress up, and then I notice how tight my clothes are. That like makes me super sad and excited, but like, I'm not trying to buy a whole new wardrobe, you know? So I'm just gonna stick to my guns and do what I gotta do. But long story short, I never really felt that I gained this much weight until I took those progress pictures. And now it's like I see myself in a different light. So when I took a shower and came out, I was like, whoa, like, I don't know. So I guess it brings to the question of like, is taking progress pictures and weighing yourself every day, is that helpful, or does that do more damage long term? Because like the way I'm feeling right now, I would say I could easily just stop, be sad, and then like continue to eat and drink my feelings away, right? That is definitely an option that I've considered. I mean, not just today, but just in general, right? Like you don't want to deal with what you're facing, and so you just avoid the problem altogether. However, the problem is still going to be there. I'm never going to be happy unless I keep trying. Even if I don't ever reach this goal, as long as I keep trying, that the process in itself does make me happy. Maybe not all the time, but most times it does. So basically, in conclusion, I have to do some writing today because like I said, I'm like one negative comment away from like basically being like, fuck this, and I just want to eat everything and just continue down the downward spiral I'm going on. However, similarly, I can look at this as like the positive, and it's just like so many things have happened in 2021. I'm not making, or 2020, I'm not making any excuses, but a lot of things. Like, for example, I started a new job. My dad was in the hospital for the first time in my entire life. He was in a hospital for 7 days and away from home. My mom dislocated her shoulder while we were moving into a new house. So all of these things, like it's just became my priority over weight loss. Add in the gym schooling, I'm like, whatever, who cares? You know, we're not going anywhere. Why do I need to try? So I'm okay with how 2020 played out, but I just need to make sure that I remember my goals. And it's kind of like your resting period, your time to you know, take in the shitty year, it's over now. You know what I mean? Like now you have to move on, accept that this is how life is going to be, and adjust accordingly. For some people, maybe that only took them 30 days. For some people, maybe they're still not at that point, and that's okay. Like everyone has to do shit at the comfortable level that they are. And for me, it's like I know what I got to do. I know I'm capable of doing it. I just need to remind myself every single day, because there's going to be distractions. There's going to be self-doubt. I have so much self-doubt. And it's like, even right now, I'm like, are you seriously like going to lose even more weight than you've lost before? Then I'm like, oh, well, what if I do all this work just to get back to my starting like weight, which I thought was heavy back then, you know what I mean? So it's kind of just like I basically have to lose another 20 pounds before I can even get to the weight that I was at before, which I wasn't even happy then either, you know? So a lot of this to say is that there's a long road ahead, and thinking about it like that, like what I have to do to get to my ultimate goal weight is like, yo, this is never ending. Like I'm never going to get to my end goal weight. Maybe I'm never meant to do it. That's stupid. I'm just gonna take it one day at a time, literally one day at a time. I'm gonna hope to vlog more, and my only goal for today is to track my food and complete the first day of the Bodmonfit challenge that I'm doing, which I don't remember if I talked about it. I think I did, but you'll see when that time comes. That's the only goal. So if I do those two things, as far as I'm concerned, I'm ahead of the game. And then if I can have a bonus goal for myself, it would be to go for a walk. If I get that done, it's like, bro, pat yourself on the back because you fucking did it. So anyways, that's my talk of the day. Just put my hair in braids to make myself a little bit more presentable. And I'm going to go cook something, and I'm going to probably change it to my gym clothes too. Just so that I know, like, hey, you're working out after this. So I'm going to eat, do some more work out. I'll show you guys what I make for breakfast. I want to update my water. So I've had 2 bottles so far. After I finish the 3rd one, I'll put it on here, so that's okay. Good to go. And then the other thing I want to show you is the snacks I've had so far, like what I've been nibbling on. Ideally, I would like to have these pre-planned, but because I have more calories to play around with, I'm okay to have it. So I had steamed cassava, 47 calories, and 2 slices of cheese, 107 calories. So I'm going to make breakfast, and I have 1,998 calories left. So I'm going to be using the PC whole wheat tortillas. There's actually only 1 left, and the calories on the back are for 2. So it'll be divided in half. So 2 tortillas is 190 calories, carbs is 32, 1 gram of sugar, and 5 grams of protein. So all of this divided by 1. And then I'm also going to use chorizo and 2 slices of egg. Getting my ingredients. So we got some tomatoes, chorizo, black diamond cheese, which is 35 calories, 2 eggs, coleslaw mix. Okay, and then last I found a bunch of vegetables. that we haven't used yet, so I'm gonna use those as well. So I will start off by cutting the chorizo. Servings are on the back, but basically for 28 grams, it's 50 calories, 3 grams of fat, 1 gram of carb, and 5 grams of protein. So usually I think I go for 56. 81, we don't want that much, so we'll do 61 grams, and I want to just have all this. 64 grams. Cool. So we know that, and then I'm going to chop it up into little pieces.
I think the hardest part about making breakfast at home is the prepping and cleaning up after yourself. So I think something like breakfast burritos is pretty easy. I don't really meal prep this in advance because all I have to really do is cut some vegetables and cooking my actual egg. Honestly, it takes about 5 minutes to put all together once those things are done. Maximum 15 minutes, and the more often you do it, the better you become.
So those are all my toppings. I have chorizo over here, red peppers here, onions, grapes, garlic, and coleslaw mix. So if I have it like this, it's pretty simple for me to do. I always start off with the chorizo first, and I'll show you guys in the next clip. All right, so I have a pan. The chorizo will release some oil, but just for the eggs after. So I use the same pan. I have it on medium heat. And I'm just gonna dump all the sausage pieces. I'm feeling kind of lazy today and I'm hungry, so normally I would wait for it to get a little bit more crispy and remove it from heat. But since I'm making scrambled egg anyways, it doesn't really matter, because normally I would assemble it like different. So now I'm going to add onions. After about 30 seconds of the onion sweating, I'm going to add garlic. Actually, I'll add peppers now too. A couple minutes, I'll add garlic and coleslaw, and then tomatoes. And I do it in order of vegetables that take longer to cook. The onions and stuff are starting to sweat out, so I will add in the garlic and coleslaw. And by adding so many vegetables, you get full, like, no matter what, you know what I mean? Last time I made this, I had it on 2 tortillas, and bro, I was full for days. Okay, in the back end, I started to heat up my tortilla because of the fact that as soon as I put in the egg, it's going to cook so fast. And I'm turning down the heat to a medium right now, but eventually I'm going to turn it off. So now I kind of create like 3 little locations where I can put my eggs. So there you go, spot, spot, spot. And I'll show you how we do it. Nice little trick, I use the eggshell to poke the hole in my egg. And I completely forgot to season, so I'm going to season for salt and pepper right now. The other thing I was going to say is the chorizo is already pretty salty. Okay, then what I do is I kind of just twirl the pan around and let this kind of cook. Like, see how when it goes into the side it starts cooking because it's so hot? So I know I'm good, I can turn the temperature off. I turn the temperature off, push it around. This yolk didn't want to break. Okay, now I'm going to do and I just kind of swish it around until all of the egg is cooked, but it's turned off now. See how it's just cooking so fast just by being on the hot heat? Turn it on to a little low.
Since my egg mixture is almost done, I'm going to take my tortilla out of the toaster oven, which I unfortunately burned because I was not paying attention. Then I'm going to take a slice of cheese, cut it in half, and place it lengthwise on the tortilla and add half my egg mixture to that and half to the plate as scrambled eggs. Then you're going to see me drizzle some sriracha sauce on top, as well as top the breakfast taco with salsa.
Final touch, everything but the bagel seasoning on top. Woohoo! I'm gonna have a bubbly with my 3rd bottle of water, and there you go. How many water bottles have you drank? All right, so I just finished work. Now I'm finishing up my 4th water bottle, while I also am about to mentally prepare to go do my workout. So I thought I should procrastinate some more by telling you about this new hand-me-down Fitbit that I got. So my brother hooked me up, and he basically gave me a Fitbit Flex. I think it's like a few years old. It's definitely one of the first few generations of Fitbits that they have, and I've never used one before. I think one year on a Secret Santa I got like a bootleg version, which was dope, but then the wristband broke. So what this is so this is not the actual original band for it. I actually got a pack of 4 from Amazon, which came in 2 days. Like, can it get sicker than that? Honestly, I don't know. Now I have the blue one on because it matches my pants. And in the back, I've never actually used a Fitbit before. They have like the little battery right there. This one doesn't even have anything that comes up on the screen. So I see it's thinking. The amount of little dots that show up means how many thousands of steps I've got, I think. So I don't know, it seems pretty cool. There's obviously some doubts that I have. So for example, like when I was reading reviews about it, like in terms of how accurate the step counter is, sometimes if you just shook your hand, it would say that you like got a step in or something. There's other stuff like that. But honestly, really and truly, I never eat back the calories that I burn. Like I don't, you know, take these steps or this number into account to be like, okay, I'm gonna get to eat 5,000 extra calories. For me, this is kind of like a buffer. So this buffer is for any inaccuracy that I have in tracking error, just anything like that really, and just kind of like an extra buffer. That's really how I can explain it. So for example, my goal would be to hit 10,000 steps a day. Whether or not maybe 2,000 of those steps are false, it doesn't matter. It's all going to be based on this, you know what I mean? And if I realize that 10,000 steps is so easy to get, then I'll go up to 12,000, then 15, then 18, then 20, you know, whatever it is. But the point is that it might not be accurate, but it's like consistently inaccurate. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like comparing apples to apples. I don't know if that makes sense, but I never eat back calories, so I'm not really concerned about that. It's kind of just like a motivator to be like, how many steps have you got? Like, I was literally running circles around my dining room table because I'm like, I want more steps. So that is the update. I'm so scared to do this workout. It's freaking HIIT, bro. I suck at HIIT. Like, I literally have puffers behind me because I'm going to bring it downstairs with me when I go, and we're going to supper together. Okay. Okay, I'm going to go change my shirt. Okay, we can do this. Okay, we can do this.
All right, so here you're going to see me do the warm-up for the Bodmonfit challenge. We start off by doing stretches, and I'm just following along, and that's why you see me looking down. Unfortunately, my camera does die pretty quickly into this. It's actually within my warm-up of doing skipping. But I just wanted to let you know that I'm on day 3 today, and the second day was much easier than the first day. But honestly, HIIT is very hard, and it's just a very humbling reminder. One of the reasons I chose to do this challenge is because of the fact that it's quick, it's efficient, and it's just a good way to get myself back into the groove of things. And the last thing I want to say is that I did drink another bottle of water during this workout. And last but not least, you're going to see me making some dinner. Today I decided to make a Greek chicken wrap. Normally I use my Greek chicken for salads, but today I had a hankering for pita, and I ended up using this store-bought naan that I bought. You'll see me show you the calories. And then I was heating up some chicken. I had some technical difficulties with the scale, but eventually I figured it out. And then slowly, while the chicken was reheating in the microwave, I started to take out the vegetables that I was going to use. So I took out some peppers, some cucumbers, some store-bought sauerkraut, and I also got some tzatziki sauce as well as provolone cheese from earlier. And I also add some lettuce. Then I decided that I wanted some more sides of vegetables, so I had some meal prep broccoli and sweet potato. So because I tracked the sweet potato, I made sure to weigh it out. And then while I was making the sandwich, I heated up the broccoli and sweet potato in the microwave. Eventually, I just pile it all on. It honestly is not a first date food. It's pretty messy, but there are so many vegetables in it that it's going to keep you full forever. After this, I was really full. I didn't even do a closing for this video, but I did have a dessert, which was 4 pieces of toffee, and I will tell you what my ending calories are now. My total calories for the day was 1,459, 111 grams of protein, 120 grams of carbs, and 62 grams of fat. Thanks so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Mwah!